And talking of overtaking, today's the day that Celtic could finally take over from Rangers as Scottish champions. They haven't known a feeling like this for 10 years. St Johnstone today are the final barrier. Celtic or Rangers, that's one of the big issues for Football Focus coming right up. Our live cross-country from badminton, that starts at 2:30. Ahead of that, touring cars and superbikes, all in a grandstand that goes on until 5:35 this afternoon. And it gets underway now with Gary.
Good afternoon. The Premiership title may be resolved in England, but north of the border there's still everything to play for. A win today for Celtic would make them champions. Anything less and it could be 10 in a row for Rangers. No such worries for Arsenal. They were crowned champions last week. I'll speak to their captain, Tony Adams, still beaming after Sunday's wonder goal. Massive day north of the border as the Glaswegian Giants battle it out for the title. The problem is, though, despite numerous opportunities to clinch the Scottish Premier Division, neither Celtic nor Rangers, it appears, want to win it. Or is the sheer significance of it all having an effect? Well, as it stands, if Celtic can win today at home to St Johnstone, the title is theirs. If not, then Rangers could capitalise and win their 10th successive championship. Gerald Sinstadt looks back at a season full of twists and turns.
Superb goal by Darren Jackson.
The mood's very good, as I say. A little bit disappointed after not wrapping up last Sunday, but another bite at the cherry, and I'm sure we won't falter this time.
It's a lovely effort from Laudrup.
We've got a difficult game up at Dundee United, but you never know. Last day of the season, the tension will be, I think, tangible, and anything could happen, really.
Side by side, stride for stride, August to May, the age-old rivalry has been sustained. Rangers put down the early markers, winning their first two games while Celtic lost theirs. But Wim Jansen, the new coach at Parkhead, soon made the pieces fit and battle was joined.
Here's Larson, he's done it!
We had a couple of good results at St Johnstone, which, I mean, people might think we should be winning up there, but, you know, they were difficult matches, but I think they got the season rolling for us, and players started to get to know each other, and that was a lot better.
7 successive wins for Celtic, small hints of inconsistency from Rangers. A quarter of the season gone, 1 point the difference. And then 2 old firm games in quick succession.
Now here's Brian Laudrup. Goff and Negri in the middle. Richard Goff! And Goff scores!
We were on a 14-game unbeaten run, playing really well. You know, people looking for us to talking about the championship already away back then, and you know, we come down to earth at Ibrox with a very bad performance and a defeat.
That was an important one for us because we weren't at full strength at that period. But you know, getting back there, we always started to get on that kind of run and then faltered.
Until he suffered an eye injury while playing squash, Marco Negri was Rangers' Gatling gun. He fired in goals at a rate that threatened every record in the book.
At the halfway stage, we would be well up, nearly towards 30 goals at that stage of the season. And it was a fantastic achievement from him. And to be quite honest, it kept us in challenging position in the championship.
Halfway, still only a point in it, but now Rangers in front. And so to the New Year Old Firm game. Superstition said that the winners would go on to take the title. For the first time for years, Celtic won.
To be honest, a lot of the players never really give it a thought about that we hadn't won it for that long. And we went into the game and we played well. We scored the first goal, and then Paul's hit a screamer into the top corner, which I don't think anyone would have saved.
McNamara, Allen stops us straight up. Goff got it away. And it's Paul Lambert!
When you hit the ones, they can either go anywhere. And I was very fortunate enough to see it to go in. I said at the time, but when Craig scored, I was more than happy with 1-0. 2-0, okay, it's nice, and personally when you score it's against them, it's okay, but for me it was more important the team won.
I think that put them a point behind us and gave them the ascendancy going into the months of January and February, which you know, they played really well and we didn't.
At the three-quarter mark, Hearts still promised an upset, but their challenge faded. For Rangers, it was now or never. And in the Cup and the League, in successive games, goals by George Alberts warned the fat lady not to sing just yet.
Pegging him back and getting him on level terms with only 4 games to go gave us a bit of hope, when about 5 or 6 weeks before that, we didn't really think there was any hope.
And that's in for John Henry and Ali Mitchell!
Last weekend, after Rangers had faltered against Kilmarnock, Celtic couldn't deliver the coup de grace at Dunfermline. And so for the first time for a quarter of a century, the last game will decide between the two. Will the sun shine at last on the Green Party? Or will there be another True Blues celebration at Tannadice, crowned with the coveted 10th successive title?
We won a record-equalling 9th championship there last season, so we go there having to win. The disappointment about the Kilmarnock game was that if the result at Dunfermline had been the same, we would have been going back to Tannadice to win the championship on Saturday. As it is, we have to hope that Celtic drop some points. So I hope going back to Tannadice brings me a little bit of luck, and we also get a little bit of luck with the result at Parkhead.
Lofted in by Stubbs, controlled on the chest of Larson, it's Greg Burley!
They'll all be there with their transistors to the area, won't you? You've got to divorce yourselves from that, haven't you?
I'm hoping, yeah, there will be. There'll be people with transistors listening to the game at Dundee United, but if we can get a few goals, then transistors won't be needed. I'm sure they'll be put on the floor and they'll be celebrating.
Big day today. You're a Rangers man, aren't you, Greg?
Well, I was brought up a Rangers man, but my son supports Celtic, so it's a mixed household, Gary.
Yeah, could be a bit of needle come this afternoon.
Well, it certainly could be Celtic and Liverpool for him.
Both teams have had great opportunities, but missed opportunities, and it seems to me that it's who has the greatest nerve will eventually win this, won't it?
Yeah, I think Rangers obviously have had the experience before. They've been over the course before. OK, it's not been as close as this, but Celtic are geared to win the championship. As they said in the interview, they've done their best to throw it away in recent weeks. But overall, this season, Celtic have played some attractive football, and I think that might just be enough to pip it for them today.
St Johnstone, a bit more at stake than Dundee United, though. That's the only.
Yeah, they've got something to play for as well, but with 45,000 whatever in Celtic Park today, it's going to be very difficult for St Johnstone. I think Celtic will be up for this match, as they have to be anyway, and I think they'll win the title today.
And Glasgow will be split tonight.